What's up, everybody? Welcome. This is episode number 4, I think, of Pour One, Play One, the Beer and Vinyl Sessions, man. This is where we pull together our normal crew of folks, Jason Arsenault, Americana Sam, and now we've been bringing on a special guest each episode. We are so very pleased to be joined by some vinyl community royalty, as it were, Chris and the Grooveseeker. Now, Chris, before you say hello, hurrah, I always say the Grooveseeker. Do you go by the Grooveseeker?
I had to make something up, so I had a public social media instead of using my real name. So, I mean, you can call me whatever you want. Just don't call me Shirley, you know.
Just or late for dinner.
Secret.
Yeah.
But yeah, you call me whatever.
I've always thought The Seeker was a terribly overrated song. Sorry, Sam. Anyway,
that's one of the reasons why I picked that as my name. Is I love that song actually. Yeah, it's multi-layered.
No, I do like The Seeker. I think it's the Punch Box or the Squeeze Kid or whatever.
Yeah, we'll go with that. We won't even correct you. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Who sings that?
Who sings that?
Yeah, that's good. Well, he's fitting right in, boys. Jason, how's your week been, man? Here in the States, it's a schmeltering about 9,000 degrees all the time. How's it going up there in northern British Columbia?
It's a little chilly and rainy.
Is it really?
It is. It's not really beautiful summer weather right now. It was probably in the 80s earlier in the week, but no, it's
to be fair, right, it's not beautiful summer weather here where Alex and I are.
We need to get this rolling because as it currently sits in my apartment, last I checked the thermostat, it was 80 degrees. We're trying to crank that down. But what that means is my beer is warming up, and I always go last. So for those new to the show, we're gonna crack open. Each of us is gonna crack open a beer, give a kind of a poor man's review of it, and then we're gonna pair it with a record. So round 1 are our beers, and then round 2 we talk about the music or the record we're pairing it with. And Chris, I mean, listen, we say this every week. I cannot wait to see what you've pulled out. And
brace yourself. Just temper your expectations.
That's all I know. Take it away, mon frere.
It's on me first.
It's you first, big cat.
All right. So my beer actually has a VC connection. Oh. I want to give it's believe it or not, I want to give a shout out to Chance from St. Louis, Missouri. Well, he's not from St. Louis, Missouri, but this is a micro brew, up and coming. I don't know if you guys have heard of this. This is Bud Light.
Yeah,
I had a feeling.
No, I kid. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
so
man.
I want to say a couple of things real quick. I was excited to do this, and I know we're on a time limit here. I was excited to do this because going back between like 2003 to like 2007 or 8, I was all in on microbrews. And my friend and I in college actually used to speculate on them. So what I mean by that is we'd buy like your barley wines, your imperial stouts, and age them and then flip them in the secondary market. And like we had this whole thing going. This is going back to the days where like you couldn't get Dogfish Head unless you're on a wait list.
That's
like
right.
To get this you could go to a gas station now in America and get a 6-pack of Dogfish Head, 60-minute. Back then it was like, is the Dogfish in yet? And like the store would put you on a list. It was a whole different time. I stepped away from all that. And last night when I was picking my beer for this evening, I just got a flood of memories back. So that kind of inspired.
He's back on the wagon, boys.
Yeah, it kind of inspired my whole thing. The other thing too is you guys talk about your glassware all the time, which I admire. I do not have any fancy glassware, but I did bartend for over almost 15 years. So I do have some special bottle openers. Oh, yeah. So this is a bottle opener that I autographed for my wife when I first met her, when she came in the bar to visit me, and she kept it.
Wow. So is that a real story?
Yeah. I autographed it for her to be like I was being an ass. I was like, "Oh,
were you like dating? Were you together then, or
I was courting her? Yeah. It's a beginning.
What does that mean?
Like getting to know her, trying to take her out.
Now I know Chris and I are the same vintage.
Yeah, exactly. But this is the best part. So there was one bottle opener that I used for over 10 years, and it's thematic to this weekend. So you can see here, this is our founding fathers funneling beers.
That's right.
And then on the back it says party like it's 1776. So I don't have cool glassware, but I have cool bottle openers. Anyway, so what's my beer? Well, since it's 4th of July weekend, I chose a British beer.
That's right.
This is a J.W. Lee's Harvest Ale from 2007. I've had this before. It's one of these barley wines or English ales that's aged in a barrel. It tastes okay, but here's the best part about this beer. This is why I go to it. It's 11.5%, boys.
20 years old?
It's 20 years old. Yeah.
Sheesh. It's almost
And
my
it tastes
age.
amazing.
I feel like we're not worthy to share this with you.
No, you can. But I go for big beers, like these 4.5% session IPAs. I don't want 6 of those. I want one of these, and I want to melt into the couch. So I guess now I have to. I crack this open, right? And I watch you guys. And now I pour it and show you guys. Is that what I do?
No, you got to pour it. You got to pour it on.
Right.
No. Bring it up
on camera.
to the camera.
So look at this fancy wine glass I'm using.
That looks like a tea.
Barley wine.
I don't have a. Oh, this is going to be syrupy.
That's right. Come on, higher, Chris, higher. We got to.
It's bottle. Oh, it's higher. Sorry.
Ooh.
It's bottle conditioned, so I'm afraid that it's going to get like chunky.
Just a big old yeast factory at the bottom.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that is thick.
It's
syrupy is a good term for that. Yeah.
My favorite's. Wait, are you just going in for the drink? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
You start with an aroma, Chris, but that's fine. Just drink away, brother.
Aroma. All right, let me get my grapes and my cheese to cleanse my palate. Hold on.
See, now he's just smelling his own breath on the lip there.
It smells like Rob Walker for sure. British. I mean, it smells like toffee, and like.
Yes! And you know what? Barley wine. Sorry to putting words among other things in your mouth, but the my favorite comparison that I would hear with like sweet barley wines like that would be sugar daddies or sugar babies.
Yes. Oh my God, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
So then you get like a little like toffee caramel thing going.
Oh
on.
yeah.
So did you ever have Dogfish Raison d'Etre?
Yes, years ago.
It reminds me of that a little bit, but this is much better. This is going to be a problem in 45 minutes. I can tell you that.
Well, I mean, that is the rule. You do have to drink the whole thing in 45. So
I'm going to try. So, which I could plays into my record choice. So yeah, the reason why I had like 3 other beers I was looking at last night, but this brought back memories for me, and I had stepped away. Like I'll have a microbrew once in a while, but I was really heavy into it, and I was like, oh shit, this is really cool. That it kind of gets me back to my roots. But so real quick, my friend and I used to buy these because some of them are very limited and hard to get. And you let them age like wine, and sometimes you drink them, but like you could flip them. Like if you bought it for $8, you could sell it for like 15 a couple of years later. So we kind of got into that. And then like there was a brewery in Long Island, Southampton Brewery, that used to do their barley wine. They only make like 500 cases a year. So those were like in high demand, and we would buy those and hold on to them. But yeah.
Those
so I hope I did you guys proud.
No.
Oh, by the way, this is 275 milliliters for Jason, right? And I think that's
what is that?
9.3 ounces.
Oh, a little small.
Bottle.
Yeah.
Little
tulip. Yeah.
So
fabulous. Yeah. Barley.
I feel good already.
To justify barley wines in this weather, but man, it's so hard too because very few people are making a barley wine anymore. They'd rather just make 75 different hazy IPAs, which is great, but like. Give me a barley wine just to make Jason wait more because I know he gets antsy about this every week. We're going to go to Sam next because Jason gets so thirsty. He gets so thirsty, like the pretzels.
That's right there.
It's right there. We're going to go to Sam. Sam, what do you got tonight there, big dog?
All right. Well, I went, as I've continued to do, with a Virginia brewski here. And I think I told you guys, off camera, this is the first time that I've actually had a beer just ready to go in the fridge. The other ones I've kind of purchased as the shows have come up. But I had this kind of multi-sampler kit from Star Hill Brewery in Charlottesville, Virginia, which Star Hill is the second oldest craft brewery in Virginia, which is hilarious because it started like in the 1990s. But happy 250th. So What's cool though, and kind of fits in, which I didn't know until kind of doing some research, that Star Hill started by a guy. He went to James Madison University here in the Shenandoah Valley, and then moved to Oregon, and kind of studied, did some stuff with that, and then brought what he learned about his beer knowledge back to Virginia, and started this brewery in a music hall. It was called the Star Hill Music Hall. There's a neighborhood in Charlottesville called Star Hill. So it started in this music hall, and then they've put down some tap rooms throughout Virginia. I think the first one was actually, other than Charlottesville, was in Roanoke, Virginia, which is where I'm from. So lots of different connections here with Star Hill, and they're pretty popular in stores all across Virginia. You can find it everywhere. They make some killer IPAs. They were some of the earlier IPAs that I really jumped into. But anyway, my beverage of choice tonight, never tried it. It's called the Ramble On Juicy India Pale Ale. It's a 7%. Yeah, I've never had it. I've been drinking. I got these last weekend, and I've really enjoyed their Imperial, which I still have a couple of in the fridge. That's a 9%.
That's right.
But yeah, I'm really excited to try this, and yeah, the fact that it's again, another Virginia brewery, and one that's so popular. I think they had a deal, or they did something with ConAgra Foods. Like they bought a ConAgra supermarket and use that for distribution. But anyway, I'm probably making a lot of stuff up. Let us see.
I was going to say, Kroger bought Giant Eagle today.
That's right. You hear that, Jason?
I heard it.
Real good.
All right. Nothing can be as bad as my first pour in episode 1.
Yeah. You see that, Chris? He's going to pour the whole can in. He's going to show it on camera.
And I think for the second time, I'm using my Harvest Records pint glass from Asheville, North Carolina.
That's right.
Let's just take a smell here, Chris.
Is that what you do? Sorry.
Yeah, you got to make sure some hair is in there. I'm honestly, just from the smell, I can taste some of the fruit, like in my mouth. In my mouth.
All right, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Get in around your mouth.
I like to drink my beer through my nose. So
yeah.
Hey.
Chug it.
Okay.
I know. How does he get that in stereo like that? Does Rudy Van Gelder do your mic before the show?
He does. I'll show you my dead wax when we're off camera.
Back in Southwest.
Only a couple people have seen my dead wax. No, it's got a nice bitterness to it. I mean, it's also like 80 degrees because we've been yapping, but no, that's good. I don't know that I like it as much as the Imperial, but I mean, it's got a nice fog there. A little bit of like a nuttiness as well.
What do you keep getting the nut on these IPAs? That was like an episode 2 thing where you're like, I'm getting a little bit of nuttiness here. I'm like, from what?
Must be my
nutting.
just lack of.
You just got nut permanently just singed in your nose.
Hey, Jason, let's hear your beer.
More nut.
More nut. I will say that on the Star Hill front, for the longest time, because Star Hill was real popular down in North Carolina too.
Yeah,
I always just assumed, Sam, that Roanoke was the flagship, and I always assumed it was a take on the Star.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, Roanoke in Southwest Virginia is known as the Star City, which is what Alex is referring to. So yeah, you would think, but yeah, Roanoke was just like an early location, but no, it's a neighborhood in Charlottesville called the Star Hill neighborhood.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, I can only
Jason.
guess what your pairing is going to be based on the name of that beer.
You would think.
One would think, but maybe too obvious. Too obvious.
Too obvious. He's got that.
All right. Thirsty J, what do you got there, big boy?
I'm going to Vancouver Island. I am going to a brewery in the Victoria area called Driftwood Brewery. And Driftwood Brewery When I looked it up, it was 2008, actually started by a couple guys, one of which was named Jason, and I didn't know that till today, and now I'll be a lifelong fan of that brewery. They have a very popular beer called Fat Tug, which is on like a lot of taps around the province, and which is a great IPA. Fat Tug. Fat Tug.
Like tug?
Fat Tug. I almost got that one, but I have that all the time, so I switched it up. And I don't. If I've had this before, I haven't bought it before. I might have had it on tap somewhere, but this one here is a strong beer. It's not a barley wine, but it's a 7%er. It is an IPA, and it is called Raised by Wolves IPA.
Look at that! I love that. Wow. Oh, that's some great can art.
Yeah, that's Raised by Wolves IPA, Driftwood Brewing, and it's supposed to be another kind of fruity-ish sort of IPA, like melons and citrus and stuff. So we're gonna find that out right now. But the beer glass will be different this week.
Thank God.
I don't have the one from Latvia that is for sale on Beer and Vinyl's merch store, which everyone should get. But I wanted to switch it up, and the beer glass this week. Especially kind of cool knowing that Chris is such a beer snob himself with a history of appreciation for beers from way back when. But this is a glass with the emblem on it that says Misty Mountain Mashers. It'll look a little bit better when I put a beer in it. But that is the homebrew club that me and two other guys started way back when I used to do homebrew.
Oh, I love that.
I'm excited. Cool. I have a T-shirt somewhere that barely fits anymore, and then this glassware, and that's about it. But the club is still going on. I don't do it anymore. The guy's just up the road. He's got this kick-ass brewery in his like garage, like full-on like computerized system. It's wild.
Did they kick you out? So, like what?
What's that?
Did they kick you out? You're like, I don't do that anymore.
I just stopped. I just stopped doing it. Just like I stopped making YouTube videos, I stopped doing homebrew.
Just drinks at home alone.
Right.
So good.
Let's hear it.
No.
I do it too. I'm doing it by the microphone of the computer, even though the computer mic's turned off.
Jason's mic, Chris, does not pick up beer for whatever reason.
Jason actually sniffed her tulip glass there, and it probably was not $35.
Look at that ring light.
Dude, that's a beautiful.
That's a pour, man.
That's a good.
Did you bartend?
I did not.
Wow.
But I went to a lot of bars.
Same thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's freaking awesome. That's
what nut you got?
Beautiful head. What a bouquet.
Interesting texture.
Yeah, very fruity, very like melony, mango type stuff again, which I guess seems to be a theme for me. I like the fruity IPA stuff. I like a lot. I'll drink anything, but
oh gosh, he's in.
That just looks like an old school IPA, though, man.
How warm is it?
It's great. It's great. It could be colder. I'll drink that. I don't
understand. Like in 20 minutes, how Jason becomes my favorite person ever in the VC. Like this guy's a fucking legend, man.
Dude, that's what I've been trying to say.
20 more minutes, you're gonna hate me.
No, I don't think so, man.
No, that's actually exactly. Shout out to Gary at Physical Format Rock and Roll, who I was just getting dinner with. I was telling him about this the show or whatever, and he's like, you know, that Jason guy, what, he'd make like 3 videos and then quit. I don't know. I've always really liked him, though. He seems like a really cool guy. It's like, yeah, that's exactly who he is.
Come on, Alex. What do you got then? What do you got?
Well, don't want to. We're just thirsty, man. So we're gonna get after it.
God, I'm so thirsty.
Sitting in the koozie. The glass. I am just using a standard pint glass today because I wanted to actually have it in the freezer to ice it, and it is no longer iced at all. So good talk. But we're going Columbus beer and or Columbus brewery that I am lucky. Hey, fingers crossed, boys. Form a little bit of a partnership with. Heard it here first, potentially, but it's Derive, who I've done maybe a couple of their beers on the channel. But Derive, they're out again of Columbus, and this is aptly named Stay Cool because it's a million degrees. This is a basic citrus wheat, man. Citrus wheat, a perfectly crushable citrus wheat ale brewed with orange zest and dry hopped with Citra and Vista hops, designed for long nights dancing at your favorite dive bar for poets. Yeah, you see the little Derive logo there.
What's the percentage,
awesome.
man? Is it a big one?
No, not at all. We're at, I think, 5.3% alcohol by volume on the pour here. Look, I mean, it's 1,000,000 degrees. If I was getting drunk with you all, it would be a different story, but I ain't got time for that. So, just a good citrus wheat beer. And
Because it takes a lot of time with a 5.3.
So let me ask you this, because I'm rusty. Is that considered a session beer?
No, session is going to be anything below a 5, typically even below a 4.7.
So session beer.
That's correct.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, hey, it looks like a wheat beer. I mean,
Yep.
Citrus with that zest. And it smells great. Big grapefruit for me. I know it says it uses like orange zest or something, but big grapefruit for me. And I appreciate it too, because like it has still like a hop character. You mentioned like the hops that are used, right? But like a lot of times it's like when people think wheat beer, they kind of just think maybe it's like a bougie Blue Moon or something. But you still get a hop character and like fruit bitterness, all that type of stuff. And man, hey, here it is, boys. Cheers. I'm going to give a big old swig on this one. Doink.
Oh,
damn.
That's just delicious, man. That's so good. Chris, what record you got to pair with that?
I don't know. I think I honestly blew this assignment. I did. So I got a big beer from Manchester. I could have picked Joy Division, Oasis. I decided to pick something completely different. So real quick, here's my inspiration. This beer is in about 10 minutes, I'm gonna be flushed red. I'm gonna be lit up. I'm a lightweight, even though I'm a big guy. I don't have a tolerance anymore.
wow.
And I thought about like, all right, I'm going to finish this beer or I'm drinking this beer. I'm just going to melt into the couch.
That's right. Yeah.
And I'm going to sip this. So I picked a record from 1963.
Ooh.
It's got to be jazz.
It's a moody record. It's not a jazz record, but it's jazz adjacent. I'll explain why. This is
Jazz adjacent.
It's one of my favorite records ever, albums ever, CDs, streaming, whatever. And it's Lightning Hopkins, Going Away. Do you guys know this?
Come on, Jason. Come on,
I have
Jason.
it downstairs.
You have it?
Oh yeah.
Dude, man, we gotta get together. This record, there's so many reasons why I love it. I gotta do the VC thing. It sounds great.
It does. It really does.
Sounds great. This thing sounds so cool. It's a trio. It's light, and then you got Lenny Gaskin on bass and Herbie Lavelle on drums. The interesting thing about this is on Prestige, and this is a stereo version, the reissue. I'd love to hear a mono, but it's very pricey. Though these guys played on Dylan's Freewheelin' record, and then these guys played on a bunch of jazz records like in the time. And I think they were older at this point, and I think by the 70s they were done. I mean, they had like sporadic. They showed up on like some Stunny Stitt records. There's another big artist they showed up on. Anyway, this record is a mood. It's haunting. I'm curious to hear Jason's opinions. This is a haunting record. There's texture to it. Like I just feel myself like on the couch. I put this on. You crank this record or you listen to it low, and it's the same aura. Like there's ghosts in the room when this record's on. It's absolutely incredible.
I love that.
And this is the Chatty Cakes cut on our productions. So this is like the price of a tone poet, basically. Again, it's in stereo. I'd love to hear him.
So Jason, that's got to be the same pressing you have, right? Do you have the analog productions of that?
Exact same one.
Yeah.
Couldn't describe it any better, man. Like you nailed it. Like yeah. Ghost in the Room, and I put that on. Damn, that's a good line, man.
You know what? I love albums that are incredible and don't have like the hit or the single or the one on it. Like this is just 8 songs it's just high quality all the way through. Like every time I listen to it, I have a different favorite, and it's such a simple record. Like Hopkins is front and center, and I don't want to say it sounds like a jam session, but Jason, maybe you can help me with this because you know it. Like, I feel like Hopkins just walked in the studio and was like calling out a song, and then like they went with it. You know, I don't feel like this was like a tight, like 3-4 day session. I've never read the history on it. I probably should. I feel like he was like, all right, we're gonna go for this one. They're like, okay. You can just feel them kind of follow. You know.
To me, it's very haunting is a great word for it. It's just so simplistic, but in a very beautiful way, not in like a, he didn't try way. It was just like, well, he didn't try in the sense that it felt effortless to him, but yeah.
Is that still in print from Salina?
I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah. And one other thing I want to say, because I gotta shout out the seasoned audiophiles. This is a Rudy. Sorry, this is a seasoned audiophile badge. My own audio devices gave me that. But this is actually originally cut by Rudy. It's on Prestige, 1963 or 64. So if you're
fireworks label.
I don't actually know, man. See, you guys get too deep. Glassware, labels, dead wax. I just like the fucking music, man. No, it's on Bluesville actually. So maybe they'll do a Bluesville reissue of Simano. That would be dope.
Oh yeah, because that's right. Yeah,
we should.
A couple of those, Sam, right? A couple of those Bluesville reissues.
Yeah, I've got a couple.
Record?
I don't know that record. I need to get that record. But yeah, I've got like Terry Collier.
Oh yeah, Terry record is one of the greatest ever.
That's fantastic. Yeah, it's so good.
Cotton Eye Joe, you like that Cotton Eye Joe?
Yeah. That real slow Cotton Eye Joe. Yeah.
So I saw somebody at WFMU buy an OG mono of that. Dude,
wow.
I get goosebumps talking about it. I was like, it was like watching somebody buy a piece of history. That Terry, I was like, I can't believe this guy has this in his hands. It was incredible.
Well, because not to go off subject, but like that record was recorded like 3 or 4 years before it came out, right? It was like 64. It came out like in the mid to late 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And have you listened to his later stuff?
No.
I don't want to ruin any surprises. It's probably gonna blow your mind in a bad way, but like listen to what he became. It's weird. I don't understand the history. It's worth discovering, but
okay.
Yeah.
You maybe want to buy that Lightning Hopkins though.
Dude. If Jason will tell you, man, like this record's an experience. It's so good. Like, I don't understand why no people don't talk about it.
Here's what's going to happen, Sam. Jason has been talking about that record, Lightning Hopkins, in general for a while. I mean, I feel like as soon as he showed it, I was like, Jason's got that record. He's talked about it. And Sam and I, over the past like 5 years, have probably been like, yeah, hooray, Jason, that's so great. We love that you're happy. And then, we hang out with Chris one night, and he's like, y'all should buy this record. And Sam and I are like, where's it at, Trad? Like, we're ordering now.
So Jason is Lightning Hopkins is my favorite blues artist. Like not even close. Like no one's even a close second. I don't know if you feel the same.
He's up there for me. Yeah, for sure. There was a couple other. Didn't they do another reissue? A couple reissues that I haven't bought. Because I thought did Chatty Cakes do another one of his?
Yeah, he did. It's a blue and white cover, and the name escapes me. I'll tell you right now. Yeah. He did a few.
I wanted to buy another one, but then I thought, okay, I got the one I needed, and I kind of want, like, my goal in the blues world anyway, just budget constraints and everything else. I'm just trying to get like a seminal album by all the greats, and that kind of filled the void for Lightning for me. But I was really tempted to get the other reissues that were put out. Like, I one day I'm going to own more. Oh, what the hell was it called, Chris? What the hell was the other one?
He did Soul, yeah. So he did Soul Blues, and then Verve reissued Lightning Strikes, and then Bluesville did Last Night Blues.
No, that was it. Last Night Blues.
Last Night Blues is good. And Soul Blues it's different, but it has that same kind of like suffocating aura to it as Lightning. But you should go online. Like you can get I think they repress a lot of these.
I have 70s. Last Night Blues.
You do? Okay. Nice.
Those are the two. That was actually more recent, but I forgot about it.
Yeah. I love Lightning.
Two things that are coming to mind that make me laugh in very sad ways is first, we won't go into the details, but Sam's going to have to find a way to get that on the black market because of the pending.
I'll tell Chris off camera.
Yeah, the pending litigation against Acoustic Sounds Incorporated. And
I gotta hear this because I'm a big Chatty Cake supporter.
No, it's not nearly as like fun as it sounds. Believe me. I mean,
It's really dumb.
it's really dumb. But and then also having to remind Chris that for Jason, bless his heart and all of his service that he provides saving people. But if he were to go on Acoustic Sounds right now and order another record, it would probably be about $100 by the time it gets to his door. So
I know I realize that because I know you guys have talked about that before. But Jason, here's the opportunity for you. You're what, a decade away from retirement, I hope. Now you got to start coordinating. You got to start coordinating with Chad. Like, hey man, I'll be your Canadian distro guy. Like, how do we have this? How do we make this happen?
I mean, Chris, you sold it, man. You are a wordsmith indeed. That is that influencer coming out in you for sure. Yeah, I mean that's what monetization's all about.
I have 4 followers and 3 are my family. Like, let's take it easy.
Hey, at least you have a family. Sam, what do you got over there? And is it a Led Zeppelin record?
Well, I mean, to remind the audience, or as some people might say, listen here, fans. My beer is called the Ramble On from Star Hill, and no, I did not choose Zeppelin 2.
Yeah.
Obviously, I thought about it, but I've only got it on CD. And
CDs are back.
That's not the nature of the show. I don't want to be ousted from the VC. So what I did is, although I'm halfway there, please see my last video from 2 weeks ago. No, I decided to go more Charlottesville related, just to go with the brewery as a whole versus the actual name of the beer. So this is a record that I talk about a lot, but this is Alex's channel and people don't really know me. I went with what's considered by many to be the seminal bluegrass album that, like, it's the album that people say that's the Dark Side of the Moon, that's the Abbey Road, whatever. And it's one of those, I know our buddy Glenn Kellaway would back me up on this. It's one of those records that's really known by the serial number more than anything. The serial number is 0044, and the name of the album is also the name of the band. It's just called The New South, which has Tony Rice, my man, Rice-A-Roni, as Alex likes to call him.
So he is the Charlottesville treat,
That's right. Ricky Skaggs, Jerry Douglas, J.D. Crowe, Bobby Sloan. And it's just a fantastic album in what is known as progressive bluegrass. Now, when people think progressive bluegrass now, they're thinking Billy Strings, Jason. And
The GOAT.
like bluegrass has become part of the jam band scene, but the traditional progressive bluegrass was essentially a thing out of the late 60s into the 70s where these bluegrass artists, especially people like Earl Scruggs, Alex's boy, David Grisman, were playing music that wasn't bluegrass music. It was, they were putting out covers of songs by Bob Dylan, Gordon Lightfoot, John Hartford. They were doing stuff by they were doing stuff by contemporary artists and turning it into bluegrass tunes with traditional music. And this album was a big part of that. They do traditional songs like Sally Gooden, which is an old fiddle tune, a gospel song called Crying Holy. They also do songs like I'm Walking by Fats Domino. They do You Are What I Am by Gordon Lightfoot. They do the song Nashville Blues by Earl Scruggs. They do Rodney Crowell. All these different artists that were, still alive. These weren't songs from the 1800s, early 1900s. But the reason that I picked this album, not just because it's a fantastic album and one of my favorites across any genre, but the first song is a song called Old Home Place, which was written by Dean Webb and Mitch Jane of the Dillards. Now, TV show viewers would know the Dillards as being in the Andy Griffith Show as the Darling Boys, like the mountain family that would come in to Andy Griffith. But they were actually a very popular bluegrass band. They opened for Elton John during his Dodger Stadium show. So it's crazy. Like they were big, but they had this song called Old Home Place, which has become this big, bluegrass jam type song. It's a common song for, the end of bluegrass festivals. Everybody comes on stage and everybody knows that song. But there's a line, it's essentially about this guy that runs away. He sings, he says, "I ran away to Charlottesville and worked in a sawmill or two." And then they go into the chorus, "What have they done to the old home place? Why did they tear it down?" So it's got the very first song mentions Charlottesville, Virginia. And I just think that's a really, really cool, kind of touch, especially with Tony Rice, who's singing the lead on it, being a Virginia guy from the southern part of Virginia. But I can't recommend this enough. This is the album that, if you've never gotten into bluegrass, like to listen to this, because the songs have good choruses. Again, it's some songs you might even recognize because, again, Gordon Lightfoot, Ian Tyson, that kind of thing. So I'm going to go with The New South, sometimes called J.D. Crowe in the New South, and the album 0044 off of Rounder Records. And because it is a vinyl show, this is a repress on that, quote, root beer vinyl, as they like to call it.
Is it real gone?
It is. This is a real gone.
Rounder didn't do it themselves?
Not this particular copy, no. And it's one of those. I mean, it's a grail piece. I mean, any Tony Rice record now has kind of become the hot thing to find in the bluegrass world. I mean, standard Tony Rice albums that used to be $5-10 or they're not crazy expensive, but you're looking between $40, $60 for original Tony Rice records. So originals of this, especially, I mean, I've never seen one. I know some people in the YouTube world have them, and I've seen them on YouTube. But yeah, Real Gone, they did a good job on this. This particular copy has a couple of extra cuts on it. So there you go, Charlottesville related.
Oh yeah, man.
That record is incredible. You used to be able to find Tony Rice records sealed.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like not, I don't want to say dollar bins, but like in that $5 to $10 range.
Sure.
And then, there isn't a stream I'm participating in or a video. Fish covers Old Home Place, I guess.
Yeah.
Quite a bit, which is fun. But I have a comment about the jam thing. I think that that period of bluegrass that you're referring to and its meaning today has a strong connection to Garcia and Grissom.
Oh yeah.
Because without them, I don't know if bluegrass would have had traveled outside of the bluegrass festival scene. Like it's you say, like, I mean, the jam band thing is kind of like a general characterization, but I know in a strange way it's kind of kept it alive.
Oh, for sure.
In a good way, though. It hasn't commercialized it and made it a novelty. It's actually like kept it fueled, and it's a perfect place for that scene to be because of the improv, because of the caliber of musician and stuff like that. So
yeah, like you said, I mean, you're never going to hear Billy Strings or Molly Tuttle on Top 40 radio, but they're filling in basketball arenas and it's crazy. Yeah, so. Yeah, I'm not knocking it. I guess it's the progressive bluegrass element that people think of now as like, the laser shows that Billy String shows or lights and that kind of thing. But with Tony and even with like the Jerry Garcia band, they were just playing the tunes.
One thing I think that Billy Strings will do for people is hopefully people work backwards, right? Yeah. Which is a plus. And, one bluegrass record that is not on vinyl, which is like so shocking to me, is Garcia's Pizza Tapes. Have you ever heard that?
Yeah, I would love it with Tony Rice and Grisman.
Oh,
yeah,
dude. I don't understand why anybody hasn't issued that. It drives me up a wall. The recording is good too, even though it's like from a tape recorder or whatever.
Yeah, it's great.
Anyway,
well done, boys. That's great. Jason, sorry, you were talking and then we were interrupted.
That's okay. I just want Sam to know that was pretty convincing. I'll have to find that. That was pretty good. Okay, so here we go. You know what? Funny, you guys. I'm so glad Billy Strings was brought up, because I was like standing in front of the shelves of the liquor store looking for beers that I could somehow tie into Highway Prayers, and couldn't find anything. And but so no Billy Strings album here tonight. What I do have though is, and again, this is another week where I didn't really know what album until I went to the liquor store and I found an option, and right away it jumped out at me, and it kind of makes sense because I'm reading a book that's artist adjacent to this guy. And so what this is another Chatty Cakes offering, a reissue that came out last year, and that is Howlin Wolf.
Yes.
Howlin Wolf's Moaning in the Moonlight. The reason Howlin Wolf seems relevant right now is because I'm not a fast reader. Also, I just don't read a lot. I don't have a lot of time to sit down and read. But what I'm slowly working my way through, and I highly recommend it to any blues fan, is the Muddy Waters book, Can't Be Satisfied, The Life and Times of Muddy Waters.
Nice.
So naturally, there's some passages that speak to Howlin Wolf because of the, rivalry for brevity's sake, I'll leave it at that, between the two. And Howlin Wolf was kind of one of the artists when I decided to get into blues, like when I was, late high school or early university, saying, do I want to be a jazz guy? Do I want to be a blues guy? And I grabbed artists from both genres, and I grabbed Howlin Wolf CDs from the library and Muddy Waters CDs from the library. And the best of Muddy Waters, which was the sister release to this, which I have downstairs, was probably one of my most played CDs I have. And I knew when they reissued that I was super jacked because I needed it. And incidentally, and I brought it here again. It's not a vinyl, but this was the Howlin Wolf offering that I first kind of had. It was just like a best of. But Howlin Wolf means a lot to me because this CD that I used to play a lot when my daughter was born, Smokestack Lightning, which is one of his most famous songs, was the first song that she, as a newborn or a baby, recognized, like gave an actual reaction to when I put it on, because I played it a lot. Like that's how I connected with my kids when they were babies, was just like holding on to them, listening to music. And that was the first one that you could tell she recognized, because she's like starts kind of moving around in my arms, like a solid best memory ever, right? My son's got a song, and her song is Smokestack Lightning. And so Howlin Wolf means a lot. And I saw the Wolves saying on the can, I'm like, well, shit, I'm reading the Muddy book right now. I just passed another section where they, briefly mentioned, reading the Muddy book, and they just passed another section where I talked about Howlin Wolf a bit. And I want to read this one line from the book about whenever Sam Phillips, who started Sun Records, he actually got in touch with Howlin Wolf through Ike Turner. I didn't know this until I read it, and so Sam Phillips is describing what Howlin Wolf is like in the studio. And he says, he would sit there with those feet planted wide apart, playing nothing but the French harp. And I tell you, the greatest sight you could ever see today would be Chester Burnett doing one of those sessions in my studio. God, what it would be worth to see the veins on his neck. And buddy, there was nothing on his mind but that song. He sang with his damn soul. And I thought that was just so profound and awesome. And there's this element that gets described about when you talk about Muddy, and I'm a massive Muddy fan. That's why I have the book. But it's almost starting to describe Muddy as more of a, I wouldn't say, well, it's not really important what they're saying about Muddy so much as what they're saying about Howlin Wolf, about how focused he was. And he wasn't driven by anything but just perfection of the music, how he would not get wrapped up in, getting the fancy cars and stuff. There was even a line in this book about how prideful he was, Howlin Wolf, to like drive his own car when he left Mississippi to go to Chicago to start playing Chicago blues. And so there's a lot of integrity behind the man. I'm sure, like every rock and roll and any famous artist, there's probably lots of skeletons, right? But ultimately, Howlin Wolf, comes across as a pretty, integrity heavy kind of dude. And when I listen to his music, I think it's a great thing. The whole Howlin Wolf, like the whole persona, just magical, right? Like just a cool legend, a cool, piece of music history. So that's my take on that man. And yeah, Smokestack Lightning is definitely my favorite song on that guy's roster.
Yeah. Do you have the London sessions?
I do have the London sessions, and I have cooking
like
at
a desert
Alice's or
island.
whatever.
It's like a desert island disc for me. That London session.
Yeah, Stevie Winwood on there. I kind of like Stevie, so that was kind of cool.
So good.
See, Chris, you get just dudes talking about music and experiences and emotional connection. You don't get that in the VC. So we'll see how quickly I can get this done. No real story. I don't have any hubbubs or I'm not trying to sell anything, or I'm not going to make you cry talking about. I mean,
You're not holding babies.
Closest thing I have to a daughter is this fucking cat who's trying to kill me. But it's 1,000,000 degrees out, as we've talked about before. The name of the beer I was drinking is Stay Cool. I was like, I got to go something like heat, fire, like, I don't know, something hot, right? That's kind of all I was looking for. And, well, I pulled an audible. I replaced one and pulled out this one because this is literally what it feels like every time you go outside in the Midwest or where Sam is or anywhere else right now. Live record from either 79 or 80. 1980. Warren Zevon, Stand in the Fire. So, because that's what it feels like. And this is kind of an interesting live record, single disc live record. There was a reissue of the full show. I forget, Chris, you would know the name of the label.
Run Out Groove did it.
Run Out Groove. Yeah, I feel like they used to be everywhere.
I think that Run Out Groove became Rhino Hi-Fi. I think when Run Out Groove left, I feel like Rhino Hi-Fi took over, like that brand.
Because I had the Monkeys Run Out Groove, like the first two, and then they did Headquarters on Rhino.
Gotcha. Yeah, they did really good titles, and that was cool. Sorry, I know you want to go, Alex. But
no.
You'd get, the concept is that they would put 3 choices out, and then you'd vote on the 3 choices 3 months ahead, and then if 2,455 people ordered the record, that's all they pressed.
Man, I forgot all about that. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
They were amazing.
It's been like before my time. Like, I don't even remember that.
It was probably like 20.
Would have been right when we started channels, Alex. Like, I haven't heard Rhino Groove's name or that stuff in a long time. They
did some killer titles. Well,
and one of the things I love when labels do it, because there's so many of them, of like these classic, quote unquote, define classic however you want to, single live records, and then they go back and say, we're going to reissue the whole show.
Love it.
And that's kind of called a grail if you want to, whatever you want to call it, but that's like $150 record currently, the whole show. But yeah, this is like, because it's on my Discogs want list, the Run Out Groove reissue of this, of like the double album, and yeah, it's like hovers between like 135, 150, which there's part of me that's like, I'm kind of just glad that a fucking Warren Zevon record is going for that much. You know what I mean? Like, this is a $5, this is a $10 live record. You know what I mean? And so I just think that is cool. What's interesting about this record, though, is that this is Stand in the Fire is kind of a perfect name for it, just because this would be my comparison to this for the Dylan heads. This is like his Hard Rain, like, live record. Like, it's very like.
Is he wearing makeup? Thank you. Okay.
Like it is.
Should have made your screen big for that.
It's like, it's so like energetic and aggressive and like not singer songwriter. Like, it's like a rock and roll.
Yeah.
It's everything Springsteen wanted to be.
Kind of. And speaking of Springsteen, here's your tie-in, Sam, because I know it's from one of your favorite records, is the hit Jeannie Needs a Shooter, that was co-written by Springsteen and then showed up on the stuff.
That's a great tune.
And then he does kind of his interpretation of it on Letter to You, I think, right?
Yeah.
Right after 1,000 Guitars. And so that's just a corker. I think that's a banging track. I love like the overly energetic, like, big version of Werewolves of London on here. To me, I just like love how the whole line about like, and he's looking for James Taylor, it's just so good. Love that shit. Lawyers, Guns and Money, all the stuff. So it is just like a very kind of aggressive rock and roll, not a whole lot of just Warren sitting down at a piano, even if that's my favorite Warren. but stand in the fire, man, because when you walk outside in Ohio these days, it feels like standing in the fire. So
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
fun episode, guys. Thanks so much. Appreciate y'all. We'll do this again real soon.
That was another presentation courtesy of Vinyl Community Podcast. Tell a friend, tell a foe, but tell someone you heard it here. Only on Vinyl Community Podcasts. Available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever podcasts are found.